Skinny Hardaway 7T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, do your boy a solid. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. We here for a good time and a long time this morning. We here for our weekend fight reactions. We gonna talk about all the action that went down this weekend, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, all of that good stuff. We had Jared Big Baby Anderson in the hometown fight this weekend. We had Franchon Cruz versus Savannah Marshall this weekend. We had hella prospects take the stage: Tyler Johnson, Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? We had Dalton Smith as well over there on the zone. Big fight, big fight weekend, big fight field. You know what I mean? Undisputed for the women's. Boxing was crowned a new undisputed, right? But we gonna go and get into it. I want to lead off with a fight probably that y'all didn't know too much about, right? I'm gonna lead off with this Jahad Tucker fight. I don't know how many of y'all in here right now. I can't even see how many y'all in here right now because I ain't on the screen. I'm still getting this thing sure, right? But I don't know how many of y'all got a chance to see Jahad Tucker's fight. He fought on that Jerry Anderson, Charles Martin card. He fought on that Jerry Anderson, Charles Martin card, right? Beautiful main event. Beautiful main event, I should say. Beautiful main card. You know what I mean? Highly entertained all night watching those fights. A lot of interesting shit happened this weekend, man. We got a couple points that we can talk on. Got a couple points that we can talk about. I want to start with the Jahad Tucker fight in his situation. Jahad Tucker was one of the undercard fights. Jahad Tucker was one of the undercard fights on the ESPN card. Jahad Tucker faced off against I forgot the guy's name, right? But Jahad Tucker faced off against a pretty solid opponent, pretty decent level opponent, right? I felt like Jahad Tucker, he straight up embarrassed that guy. Like, if you're asking me, hold on, man, my damn blunt ain't pulling. Hold up, y'all. Right? If you asking me, right, Jahad Tucker started off a little, I don't want to say shaky, right, but that fight started off a little close, right? It started off close, back and forth, but eventually, Jahad Tucker, he put his gas down. It didn't take early. It didn't take long, right? He started early. He put his foot down on the gas, and what I thought was he ran away with that fight. I saw a guy. I saw a guy in Jahad Tucker who started a bit slow, right? He started for like the first 3 or 4 rounds. But I saw a guy in Jahad Tucker who basically, bro, he put on a beautiful boxing performance, right? I was watching that fight, right? And it was times I was watching that fight. And I kept saying to myself, man, Jahad Tucker is kind of looking like Floyd in here a little bit. Like, he put on that beautiful, that dominant of a performance, right? At least that's how I saw it. He put on that beautifully, that dominant of a performance. And they ended up giving that man the loss. I think he lost by I think he lost by split decision, right? I think one judge gave it to him, and then two judges, gave it to the other guy. But if you go back and you watch that fight, man, this everything that everybody wanted to say about that Devin Haney fight, right? Devin Haney and Lomachenko, right? I talked about Devin Haney a little earlier. Everything everybody wanted to say about Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, right? About how there was a robbery, about how Devin should have lost, Lomachenko should have been given the victory, right? I saw a fight last night in Jahad Tucker's fight. No, it wasn't the level of a Lomachenko and Devin Haney, right? But I seen one of the most fluid, one of the most disgusting robberies that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? In boxing, that guy couldn't land a punch. When I say he couldn't land a punch, after about the fourth round, that guy could not land a single punch on Jahad Tucker. Jahad Tucker was boxing beautiful. He was controlling the distance. He was on the inside, making them miss, making them pay. You know what I mean? And then I said, and I was watching that fight, and even the commentators said after the fight, the commentator said, man, I don't know if I agree with that. He said, I don't know about that one. It was I think it was Tim Bradley, actually. It's bad. It's bad when Tim Bradley is the voice of reason. It was Tim Bradley, actually. Tim Bradley said, man, I'm not sure that I agree with that decision. I saw the whole time. He said, I'm glad you're saying this because I thought I saw him win too. Shout out my guy, Andrew Gray. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with this, Andrew Gray. I'm gonna lead with this, Andrew Gray. You know what I mean? Shout out Jahad Tucker. Jahad Tucker is a friend of the show, man. He's a friend of the show. He's been on Southern T. He's been on Southern T, right? So yeah, it's a little. This one a little personal, right? This one hit a little close to home, right? But it could have been anybody, right? It didn't have to be a person that came on my show, right? It didn't have to be a friend of the show. It could have been anybody. You know what I mean? But I saw that young man go out there, and I saw him have his whole life work, his whole life goals, right? Everything that he worked for, not just for that fight, right? But to be a boxer, period. I saw him have everything that he worked for. I saw him have it taken away from him last night. You know, when you're a boxer, right? When you're a boxer, right? Your record stays with you forever, right? It ain't like the other sports where you get a new year and you go away. Their record stays with you forever, man. Jahad Tucker, he's a great young fighter, right? So he gonna have time to bounce back and everything like that. His career is far from over. But you would think, like, if you're going to lose, you would think that you really want to lose a fight. You don't want to have a fight taken from you, right? Now, as much as people want to pretend that Lomachenko and Devin Haney was a robbery, that was a close fight. That's a fight that could have went either way. That fight could have went either way. You could have got that fight to Devin. You could have got that fight to Loma. I don't really care who you gave that fight to. I feel like the right person won. But this fight last night, it was a clear winner. It was a clear winner and a clear loser. And I felt like last night the judges got it wrong, right? And now I made an EP on this. My guy Judah Bean came up here right last night and he said it. I got happy because everything he said was absolutely correct. They're trying to, they're trying to get rid of the pure boxer in boxing. They don't want to create another Floyd Mayweather, right? They don't want to have they want to create more. They want to create more, you know what I mean, brawlers than boxers, right? They saw what Floyd Mayweather did. He got in the game, changed the game. Nobody could touch him, right? And he became bigger than them. He was able to build a whole nother empire based off the things that he did inside of the ring, right? With just outboxing guys. You could get the biggest guys. You could get the strongest guys, right? And Floyd Mayweather would make them all look the same, make them all look silly. And Tyrank would make them all look the same. I mean, Tyrank and Floyd Mayweather would make them all look the same. He would make them all look silly. I think boxing wants to avoid another Floyd Mayweather situation. So they're scoring these boxing matches, right? They're scoring these boxing matches are a little different than how I feel like they're scoring these boxing matches a little different now than they did in the past, right? They used to give you, and I think it's a black boxer thing. I'm just be real with you, because mostly it's the black boxer, slick type fighter, hit don't be hit, defensive fighters, right? There's more so a black kind of style. I think they're trying to deter people from fighting as a per boxer. They're enticing more brawls. They're enticing more, you know what I mean? Sock'em Bock'em robots type of fights. I feel like that's the only reason that Jahad Tucker could have lost that fight. They're rewarding guys for swinging and hitting air. And then the thing is, Jahad Tucker he wasn't even being defensive and having his hands in his pocket. He was being defensive, making the guy miss and firing his shots back. He put on a virtuoso performance in that fight for about the last 6 rounds, the last 5 rounds. He put on a virtuoso performance. That guy couldn't land a punch on Jahad. I'm watching that fight, and I'm like, man, Jahad Tucker has shown tremendous improvement. You know what I mean, from his last fight to this fight. He had a rough kind of fight his last fight, right? But the thing with Jahad is, I think the judges, right, they didn't appreciate his style. Jahad is a dude where he's not throwing bombs, right? He was standing right in the inside of the dude, making that guy miss and answering back. But it wasn't those Gervonta Davis type punches, right? And the guy throwing at him wasn't throwing those Gervonta Davis type punches, right? The guy that was fighting him was more active, right? But Jahad Tucker was active and he was accurate. The guy would just throw a flurry of punches, throw about 8 or 9 punches, right? Jahad would prairie, move, turn, spin with all those punches, and then fire off about 3-4 shots of his own and land about half the shots. I think the judges rewarded that dude just for being active. You know what I mean? Or maybe they couldn't see. Maybe they need glasses. You know what I mean? Maybe they needed a better angle. Maybe they let their guys' activity confuse them. Maybe they thought those punches that Jahad Tucker was parrying and catching, maybe they thought some of those punches was landing, right? But from my seats on that television, you could see that those punches weren't landing at all. You know what I mean? It's right in this fight, right? It kind of looked like Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, right? You can have one guy throwing a whole lot of punches and Lomachenko and missing. You had another guy, Devin Haney, and Jahad Tucker being defensively sound, right? And Jahad Tucker was more of a clear cut than Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Devin Haney and Lomachenko was actually a close fight last night. I don't even think that I saw a close fight. That fight wasn't as close as the judges made it seem. It really wasn't. That fight was not as close as those scorecards indicated. I really felt like last night I sat and watched the fight. The judges sat and watched the fight, and we saw two completely different fights, right? My guy came here, Andrew Gray, he came here and said, I'm glad you're saying this because he thought he saw Jahad Tucker win as well. Man, I know that I saw Jahad Tucker win that fight last night. I'm watching that fight. Right? And all I could notice, all I could see is how good Jahad Tucker is defensively. Like the things that's jumping out to me on this screen, it was all Jahad Tucker. Like you didn't even know that other guy was in the ring almost. Like, and then I knew something was up though, right? Because I would watch the rounds, right? And Jahad Tucker will make him miss a ton, right? Light him up, he'll make a miss, then light him up, right? But after the round on the highlights, they will show Jahad Tucker opponent. They will show the only 2 to 3 punches that he landed that whole round almost. Literally. They will show his 2 to 3 punches instead of Jahad Tucker's defense and counter shots. It was times where they was talking about a punch that the other guy landed, right? He landed one punch and then he threw like 6 more Jahad Tucker dodged all the 6 punches and then hit him with like 2 punches. And that was trying to show the other dude had like, you know what I mean? Now, this ain't as big as Devin Haney and Lomachenko, so a lot of people ain't gonna talk about it. T, I'm consistent with it, man. I don't just do shit for click, likes, and views. I don't do shit because that fighter is popular. I do shit because shit, it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? I do shit because that's how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like, bro, it was a murder last night. I feel like it was a murder last night in this city, bro. I feel like they took Jahad Tucker's hard work. They took all this hard work. I feel like everything that young brother worked for, right? They snatched it from him. You know what I mean? They snatched it from him. And then, we was joking last night, right? We was joking last night, right? And we were saying, man, they took Jahad Tucker because he called out Xander Zayas one too many times, right? But this dude had been calling out Xander Zayas, you know what I mean? Consistently calling out Xander Zayas, you know what I mean? Going in there, putting on those kind of performances, calling out Xander Zayas. He's working on the inside, you know what I mean? He's on the inside with it, moving and grooving, right? And we was joking last night that he called out Xander Zayas, so they put the play in to get him off that track. And for me looking at that fight, man, it's either those judges were blind, right? Or it's either somebody last night wanted Jahad Tucker to lose their fight. You know what I mean? It could have been the judges who wanted him to lose their fight, right? But somebody last night wanted Jahad Tucker to lose their fight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I said this before. Right now, they showing us, man, we can rob you in broad daylight on national TV, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Because in the end, it ain't really nothing that Jahad Tucker can do about that. You could tell when they gave off the scorecards, right? They said split decision. Jahad Tucker looked kind of funny. He was like, huh? He said, Jahad Tucker looked kind of funny. He looked to the side like split decision, right? And then when they gave him the loss, it's like for a second he couldn't believe it. You could tell in his face he paused for a second, and he dropped his head, and then he picked his head up real quick, smiled, gave the dude a handshake and the hug, and he walked out the ring quick and he went to the back. But I know Jahad Tucker was hurt, bro, because he know that he did not lose that fight, bro. I know he didn't lose that fight, bro. I know deep down, bro, that Jahad Tucker know that he did not lose that fight, bro. I challenge anybody. Please go back and watch that fight if you can. Go back and watch that fight, man. I'm interested to see, is it even gonna be highlights for that fight? Because I don't even know how you could dress that fight up to say Jahad Tucker lost that fight. You know what I mean? I don't know how you dressing that fight up to even say that Jahad Tucker lost that fight. Like that was like what happened last night. Like that was like Michael Fox level of robbery. Y'all remember Michael Fox for Gabriel? Well, I forgot his name. Gabriel. I forgot the boy name. Matias, was it Gabriel Matias? Y'all remember the Michael Fox joint? Bro, last night I feel like I watched a Michael Fox type robbing with Jahad Tucker. Boxing MMA says it's a damn shame they took his O. You need your O, especially in boxing early in your career. And I think they knew that, bro. I really, we was joking, but I really feel like it's some truth to them not wanting him to fight Xander Zayas, bro. If you watch that fight, you can see this dude. You can see this dude on the inside, yeah, Gabriel Maestro, yeah. You can see them guys on the inside. I mean, you can see the way Jahad Tucker fight on the inside, right? You can see his skill, you can see his footwork, right? And you could see it. You could see their special ability, right? I mean, in their fight last night, you could see the different level that they was on, right? You could see one guy was getting frustrated because he couldn't hit him, and you could see one guy was having fun, enjoying himself, controlling the pace, you know what I mean, of that fight. It was, man, Jahad Tucker was in the corner, right? Jahad Tucker walked to the corner, and dude was standing in the corner firing off, and that man couldn't even hit Jahad Tucker, right? He almost looked like Muhammad Ali-esque, yo. I'm telling you, like, and I know y'all Southern T over there. No, bro, because if you saw this fucking fight, bro, if you actually saw this fight, if you didn't see this fight, then this shit gonna sound like cap to you. But if you saw this goddamn Jihad Tucker fight, man, you know exactly where I'm coming from with this. Jihad Tucker was literally playing with him. He was schooling him. He was punching on him, bro. He took this man to the corner, right? Stood in the corner for about 30 seconds and let that dude fire off. That dude couldn't hit him. Jihad Tucker threw about 5 punches in about 45 seconds, bro. He hit that man with all 5 of them punches. Dude couldn't hit him with not one of them punches, bro. He couldn't hit that man with not one of them punches, bro. Man, Top Rank did Jihad dirty last night, man. And I'm gonna make my own little 8-minute EP on this because I want those hit a little different. You know what I mean? But man, Jihad Tucker did everything last night to be rewarded with the victory in that fight, and they took that man victory last night. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna talk about it because Jihad ain't, a huge name, right? Jihad Tucker don't get you the clicks that Tank Davis get you. We don't get you the clicks that Devin Haney get you. We don't get you the clicks that Deontay Wilder gets you. Jihad Tucker don't get you the clicks that Earl Spence get you. Right? It don't get you the clicks that talking shit about Bud get you. It don't get you the clicks that pumping up Bud get you. Right? It don't get you those clicks. It don't get you that. But bro, over here on Sudden T, we about the injustices, right? We about getting this shit right. We kill narratives over here, and we speak on all injustice that we see, especially for our brothers and sisters, right, and for our people, bro. And that shit last night, man, it's not sitting right in my soul. Like what happened to Tuck last night, man, it's not sitting right in my soul. I went to sleep unsettled about that. And it don't even got nothing to do with me personally. I don't got nothing to do with, I bet money on, I lost money. Nothing like that, bro. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. But I know you could look at Tuck after that fight and know that he know that was some bullshit that happened to him last night. You know what I mean? There was some bullshit that happened to that man last night. It ruined a otherwise great night of boxing for me, bro. It ruined a otherwise great night of boxing for me, man. For real, like the fights last night was bangers from Dalton to Cruz to Jihad to Tiger Johnson to Dante Benjamin to Jared Anderson and Charles Martin, which what we go get into, right? We go get into the happy part and all that good shit, right? But bro, I got to lead with this Jihad Tucker. I got to give Jihad Tucker his flowers, bro, because you won that fight last night, Jihad. You won that fight last night. And I feel like they took that man's they took his everything he didn't work for from him last night, for real. Unjustly. They took everything Jihad Tucker worked for from him last night. You know what I mean? He said Jihad's a really good prospect so far. For them to rob him should be a big deal. Salute to UT for sure. Like he is, bro. Like that dude is special, bro. Like he is special. And y'all just took that man for no, like, bro, like this wasn't even a close fight. Like it'd be different, right? If it was close. I'm not the one that holler robbery all the time, right? I'm real aware of how and why I use that word robbery, because people use it too loosely, right? You know what I mean, bro? But last night, man, yo, Jihad Tucker is an elite special kind of fighter, bro. And what happened to dude last night, bro? That was terrible. I don't know why more people, and it just happened last night, right? But I mean, just on social media, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like just on social media, you know what I mean? I don't see enough people outraged. You know what I mean? I don't see enough people talking about it. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, bro. Like literally, like that was not a close fight. Like I saw one guy putting on a fucking highlight performance, bro. That's what he did last night, bro. And the thing is, they didn't even show punch stats for that. They didn't even show punch stats for that, man. They didn't even show punch stats for their fight. At no point did they put the punch stats up on their screen, bro. Not one time. You know how normally they show the punch stats in between the rounds, right? Or like when they about to do the judges scorecard, they about to get that announcement, right? They'll show the punch stats. They show no punch stats for their fight, man. Like they didn't show no punch stats for the fight. I'm gonna see if I can find those punch stats, bro. I'm gonna see if I can find those punch stats, but they didn't show not one punch stat for Jahan Tucker last night. Not one. Not one, bro. They took that man like that. Nicholas Fies. Let's see. Let's see. Tucker. Let's see if I can find these jump. Tucker and Fies punches. I'm looking for it, bro. I want to find those punches. I know I'm finna lose y'all, but bro, if y'all saw that fight, y'all can feel me. If y'all didn't see that fight, this probably gonna sound like Chinese to y'all, right? If y'all didn't see Tucker versus Fies, bro, this gonna sound like Chinese to y'all, right? Or if you speak Chinese, it's gonna sound like Spanish to you. And if you speak Chinese and Spanish, it's gonna sound like American to you. If you speak Chinese, Spanish, and American, it's gonna sound like Portuguese to you. You know what I mean? But it's gonna sound foreign to you if you ain't see the fight. You know what I mean? Somebody find me those punch stats, bro. I need the punch stats on Tucker versus Fies last night. What was bro name? I need the punch stats on there, bro. Fiaz. Cause that was crazy, bro. I saw a dude get beat up the whole night. I saw a dude not be able to land a punch. I saw a dude not be able to land a punch. I saw a dude, bro. Bro, everything coming up, but goddamn Jahan Tucker and Fies. You can't find that. I can't find that shit on Google. I can't find them joints on Google, bro. I feel like somebody wanted. I feel like somebody wanted. I feel like somebody wanted that man to lose last night. Ain't even no highlights up on that fight. Let me see. Ain't even no highlights up on that fight. God body. God body, they robbed that man. I can't find them, but bro, I know if you ain't see Jahan Tucker versus Fies, bro, this gonna sound like this gonna sound foreign to you. But if you saw it, then you know what I mean. On the otherwise great night of boxing, man, that left a sour taste in my mouth. I ain't gonna lie, and I need more people to be upset about it. You know what I mean? I need more people to be upset about that, John. But I know that ain't Deontay Wilder. I know that ain't Devin Haney. You know what I mean? But yeah, we gotta look into that one, man. For real, like they gonna drop that fight eventually. Eventually, at some point in life, right? They gonna come back and they gonna drop that fight, man. They gonna come back. They gonna drop their fight, and y'all gonna be able to see. But if you saw it, man, that's terrible what they did to their young brother last night, man. And he ain't number 19, right? So he got a long time to go. And I think that's why they did it. You know what I mean? I think that's why they did because they saw the trajectory that man was on. You know what I mean? And we was joking about it, but I do think maybe he made a call down because I said myself, I said once he win this fight tonight, if he called out Xander Zayas again, man, then I know it's real. I think somebody wanted him to lose, bro. I think they trying to build. I think Jahan Tucker might have said Xander Zayas' name one too many times for real. You know what I mean? And I still want to see him fight Xander Zayas. I really want to see him fight Xander Zayas. Now, you might as well, right? You and I already took his off. You know what I mean? You and I already took his off. Right? You and I already took his over, so go and put him in there, right? He food. He food, right? Shit, he food. So go and put him in there. Let him be food for Jen Desires. I want to see it even more now. You know what I mean? But I digress. We done being sad, right? We done being sad. Let's talk about, man, Charles Martin and Big Baby. Or y'all want to go Cruz and Marshall? Y'all matter of fact. All right, we can go now let's get into Charles Martin. Let's get into Charles Martin and Big Baby. Let's get into Big Baby versus Martin, man. Right. All right, so I know how people feel about Big Baby, man. I know how people feel about Big Baby. Like Big Baby is one of the hottest, one of the biggest, one of the best heavyweight prospects that we didn't have in America, period. Right? We ain't had a whole bunch of them in these times, right? It used to be. I already know boxing. I tried it too, bro. I tried it too, boxing. I can't find them judges nowhere, right? For real. Justice for Jihad, man. Justice for Tucker, man. For real. Justice for Jihad, man. Justice for Tuck, man. Justice for Tuck. I already know. I looked when I had got quiet, though, what I was over here doing. I was trying to find it. I was trying to find it myself. Can't find them nowhere. Can't find them nowhere. Fizzle. What's good, Fizzle? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. You can't find them nowhere, man. When I had got quiet over here, that's exactly what I was trying to do. What's good, Fizzle? Appreciate you sliding through. Glad you make it. TWT in the building. Nazay was good. He's out there. Niggas was saying Dev was ducking. Let me get. I guess the table said, you must checked out. You checked out my other video, Nazay. You checked out the video about Devin and Shakur about Haney. Offering him. You know what I mean? You check that junk out. Well, ain't nobody gonna talk about that. Ain't nobody gonna talk about that though, Nazay. Ain't nobody talking about that, Nazay. You know what I mean? Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. But yeah, I had to drop that little piece on it this morning. What's good, Phil? Y'all smashed that thumbs up for your boy. Did y'all happen to see that Jihad Tucker fight last night, though? We was talking about on the over. Did y'all see that? Shout out my guy Jerry Alexander. Appreciate that. Did y'all happen to see that Jihad Tucker fight last night? Tucker versus Fies. For the people that just came in. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm like, he said I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, for sure. Now I check that thing out. But I was just about to get on Charles Martin. I was about to get on Charles Martin. Y'all got to check out though Jihad Tucker, man, because me telling y'all ain't gonna do it justice, man. Y'all gonna have to go see the replay might be on ESPN right now. You know what I mean? Because it came on last night and it was free TV. Y'all know how ESPN Plus had the replays. You might be able to go watch the replay. You know what I mean? Don't watch it right now, right? But you might be able to go check that thing out when I get off this joint and start talking about baseball. You know what I mean? At 10 a.m., right? Dang, it's finna be 9 now. But the baseball started at 11 today. You go check it out when I get off here, right? We finna have this boxing conversation right now, though. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. And I appreciate whoever that was. Appreciate you, who that was. My guy put the video. Thank you. Appreciate you. He said that video was fire. Appreciate you, Brody. I'm just, people got to keep that same energy, man. People got to keep that same energy. He said Shakur can't take 25%. I thought he wanted to fight so bad. Bingo. You can't take 25%. When Devin took about 25%, Floyd Mayweather took way less than that. You know what I mean? You've been calling out this dude for months on months, bro. You got to take this fight. You the B-side. After you beat him, you the king of the world, and you get to make your own moves. Same thing we were saying to Bud Crawford. I told y'all he top ranked Toby 2.0. I don't know what happened to Shakur, bro. That man just hit a switch. That man he done lost his mind. You know what I mean? He lost his mind. You've been talking all that shit. You get a chance to get the fight, and now you don't want it. What you mean? That's like Devin. Imagine if Devin would have said, "I want to fight George Kambosos." Bob Arum said, "Okay, well, come sign this deal to be on ESPN, and I get you to fight with George Kambosos." And Devin Haney said, "No, I don't want that. I want more money." You know what I'm saying? Devin could have got more money. Devin could have got more money than that, but he knew, nah, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take care of this business, and I'll be able to set my own price. Devin in a position to set his own price, and y'all want Devin Haney to give up his position of power, a position of power that he earned. You know what I mean? Devin Haney will be a fool. He'll be a fool to not use his A side ability because he the A side. You know what I mean? That's what he did it for. That's what he earned it for. That's what he took the long route for. That's what he chased Lomachenko for. That's what he chased Kambosos for. That's what he chased Tio for. That's what he did all this stuff for. That's what he did all this stuff for. You know what I mean? To be the A side. So if you want to fight so bad, right? If you want me to stay at 135, because I'm about to go up to 140, right? If you want me to stay at 135 so bad, right? You go take this 25%. We can get it on. And afterwards, you know what I mean? It is what it is. With as much as you've been talking, how much you've been talking about this fight, right? As bad as you've been sending him bottles and shit. You've been saying he ain't real, like he ain't the real champ and all that. Lomachenko beat him. Like, bro, you got to take what he give you. Floyd Mayweather took 13% from Oscar De La Hoya. He took 13% from Oscar De La Hoya, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about no 25%. I don't want to hear nothing about no. I don't want to hear nothing about no 25%, yo. If you want the fight, man, you take the fight. Look at this shit. Look at this. No cap. Look at this. Look at this. It was 75. That's 75, bro. That's $75 million on the table for that fight. Oscar got 52% of it. Oscar got 52 million. Floyd got 25 million. It was 75 million on the table. Oscar got 50%. That's a third. Floyd Mayweather, that's a third. That's a third of it. He got a third of what Oscar got. You know what I mean? He got a third of what Oscar got. And Oscar wasn't even undisputed. Come on, man. I don't want to hear that. AZT. I posted the link for people, and here you drop the 3 opponents. Okay, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Lala. Appreciate you. Shout out to my girl, Lala. It was good, Lala. I appreciate you sliding through. I ain't seen you in a minute. You been all right, Queen. You get 25% of what? We don't know what the pot in the fight. Yeah, facts. In fact, he said he not taking 25% of the total pot, though. He said Dale took an 84-16 split, gave Kambosos Australian pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Dale took what they offered him in the beginning, so he can make his moves now. If you want Dale to stay at 35, if you want to skip the line, you want him to change his whole plan, just like Earl Spence said. If you want him to change his whole plan, bro, you're going to have to take this 60-40. You got to take what he give you. And you got to think, at 135, Shakur, you haven't done anything. Nothing. Now, Lala. You can't call nobody out and then not take the first offer. What you mean? That's clout chasing. You trying to build your name off him. David Haney said, stop using my name for clout. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what it is. That's how a lot of people get left out. You know what I mean? That's how people be missing out. You trying to play hard to get, you go get left. You try to play hard to get. Nigga then forget. Devin, like people is not playing. People is not playing that here. You mean don't take the you not work? First of all, you the worst opponent he could fight. You got no belt. You just got there. Exactly. And this Bub best friend. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's somebody that didn't want to fight at that time. He didn't want to fight. That's why you understand Shakur, because he do the same stuff Bud do. That's why that's why you can relate. Because he just like Bud. This man that chased him, this man that called him out 20 times. He get the offer, never take the first. He not gonna get no fight. You not gonna get the first. He not gonna get the fight. Devin Haney's about to go on with his plan. Devin Haney about to go on with his plan. Floyd Mayweather took his first offer. Bud said, don't take the first offer. Floyd said, give me whatever, I'm going to win anyway. You see the difference in their mindsets? Devin Haney said, I take whatever because I'm going to win anyway. And I'm going to set my own price. Floyd said, I'm going to take whatever, and I'm going to set my own price. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? These guys' biggest paydays be 10, 20 million. Floyd got 25 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya years ago. You know what I mean? Some of these boxers' trajectory, some of these boxers trying to be money hungry, they go short themselves. They done shorted themselves out of millions already. For example, look at Keith Thurman. I can say Keith Thurman and Bud, be real with you. But look at Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is praying and hoping Errol Spence fight him now. And he gonna get B-side money and crumbs. At first, boy, you was the A-side to Errol Spence. You could have fought him a long time ago and been the A-side and made buku millions. Now you go fight him and get beat up for less than him. You know what I mean? With Bud Crawford. If you had to fought Errol Spence years ago, you could have got a few fights out of this deal. Now you didn't get older. You can only get a fight or two out this deal. You got a fight or two out this deal. You know what I mean? And you had a better chance of beating him back then. Because you was a younger fighter. Now you go take 10 million, right? You go get 10 million this time. Or if you had to beat him up back then, you would have fucked up the whole game. You would have fucked up the whole game, right? And you would be fucking Canelo by now. You'll be getting 20, 30 million, 40 million to fight. They'll be paying you their $100 million contract to come and fight all their fighters. You know what I mean? They paying Canelo there because he beat one of their fighters. He could bring you that gate. If you would have fought Earl 3-4 years ago, you would have fucked up PBC whole thing. You damn near would have ran PBC. But you damn near would have ran PBC. You know what I mean? But now you go get a fight or two. So cool. If you beat Devin Haney right now, you getting big money fights for the rest of your career. You trying to negotiate like you the A side. When if you beat the A side, you are the A side. You only got to beat the A side one time. You beat the A side, you are the A side. It's that simple. But that's the difference between a Floyd Mayweather and a Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. That's the difference. That's the difference between a Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson and a Devin Haney. You know what I mean? Devin Haney said, all right, cool. Devin Haney said, I want undisputed. They made him offer. He took it. Now look at him. You think he about to give his leverage up to another nigga who ain't done nothing in his division? You think he about to give his leverage up to a dude that don't got a strap in his division? You think he about to give his leverage up to a dude that got one fight in his division? Come on now. If you look at the people that Devin Haney can fight right now, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Regis Prograis, Teofimo Lopez, right? Shakur Stevenson got the least to offer him. Bang Bud about to fight for 10 million, bro. That's pennies compared to what he could have got. Bud getting paid 10, bro. Okay, think about it like this. Bud about to get paid 10 million. This damn near gonna beat Bud last fucking payday. Errol Spence about to get paid that same 10 million. And he about to move up a division to have more fights. You know what I mean? Like, this payday eventually is gonna be one of Spence's smaller paydays. You know what I mean? Bud waited so long, he left millions on the table. You know what I mean? He could have made 10 million 3-4 times by now. He could have had 40 million. He would have beat them last year. They could have been on fight number 2. But now you 35, he ain't got that many. He ain't got that many fights left in him. Because he waited so long. As soon as that man fought Ugas, bro, them folks should have fought. We could have been working on fight number 2, 3 right now. Now he finna get about 10 million one time, maybe 2 times, depending on how the fight go. And then if you get beat up, you're not getting 10 million again. You're not getting 10 million again. No, damn, it wasn't smart. It wasn't smart, man. He could have got way more. If you know you go beat Errol Spence, if you Bud Crawford, you know you go beat Errol Spence, bro. Think about this, sis. They offered him $5 million guaranteed at first. $5 million guaranteed in the pay-per-view. That's upward of 10 million. He was gonna get this anyway. Now he getting 10 guaranteed. If he had took the first jump, that would have been no fight 2 or 3. I ain't trying to make him look stupid. That was stupid. If you're thinking about all the money you could have got, that was stupid. If you go beat him anyway, you go beat him, right? That was pretty dumb. You 35 now. Your chances of beating him have decreased from right after Ugas. And I ain't even gonna go like 4 years back, right? I'm just gonna go right after Ugas. You know what I mean? That wasn't smart. That wasn't smart. Bud had a better chance to beat him years ago. And I know it hurt. Lala. I know it hurt. He was gonna get that anyway. Boxing, they ended up on the no guarantee because Bud was making it difficult. They ended up with they just said, fuck, we ain't gonna get no guarantee. And we just go split it 50-50 because that was the last thing that they said. It was offers before that. It was a $2 million offer. Bud said too low. It was a $5 million offer. Bud said too low. Bud asked for $20 million off top. They was trying to give him 2. They was trying to give him 5. And then they said, well, fuck it, Bud. Since you want to do that, we gonna give you no guarantee and we gonna split everything 50-50. We gonna let, we saying they was telling him it can't be 50-50 because they the one that's doing all the work to put this on. Because Bud ain't bringing no promotional company, no backing in this. They said, well, okay, since you want to do it 50-50, you go do half the work. We go do half the work. It's gonna be no guarantee, and we go split the money. And that's when Bud went to fight Avanesyan. You know what I mean? It was 3 offers before they got to that no guarantee shit. It was a $2 million, a $5 million, and then the no guarantee was that's the junk you know about, right? Because that's the bullshit deal that they talk about because that's the one that Bud aired out, right? That was the last deal that they offered after the other good deals fell apart. They were like, well, fuck it, since you won't have the money, bro, you go do half the work, we go do half the work. That's what happened with that. But yeah, he had a $2 million and a $5 million offer. He was gonna get $10 million anyway. You know what I mean? He was gonna get $2 million. He was gonna get $10 million anyway. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I know it hurt. He said David couldn't take the first out for Kambosos. He would not got them bounce. Bingo. And Shakur, hey, God body. And Shakur not gonna get the David fight because he never wanted it. Right? I know it hurt. Because he never wanted it. Just like Bud never wanted the Errol fight. Until now. That's why every time they ask Bud, what took so long? Bud said, no, none of that matter now. We here now. None of that ain't important. That's why y'all say that none of that ain't important. I know. Because you didn't want the fight. You didn't want it. Because if you wanted it, you take it. I know it hurt. Just like his big brother. He top ranked Toby 2.0. I'm telling you, it's the same play, bro. Call him out. When he said, I want to fight. Nope, I don't want to fight. And now you just lingering it. He cloud chasing. It's the cloud chase. Just like Bud. Bud is as big as he ever been. Bud is as big as he ever been because he said Earl Spence's name. Shakur has been talked about more this year than he ever been talked about in his life because he said Devin Haney's name. They one in the same. They one in the same person. That's his little homie. That's his little homie. I'm telling you. Like, it's the same thing. It's the same play. You know I'm not taking 25%, bro. Get out of here. You don't want to fight. Devin Haney about to move up to 140. Just like he was about to do in the first place. Just like he was about to do in the first place. You know what I mean? But I digress. If you want to fight, you take the fight. That's all I'm saying. Floyd took it. Devin took it. Because you wanted to fight. You know what I mean? I know her. He said, why would EJ say something? EJ got his ass in the ring. Not the other way around. I know her, man. I know her. Tyrann Toby, 2.0. Just like Bud. He said, what belt did Shakur have at 130? He had a belt at 130, WBO. He had WBO at 130, WBO at 130, WBC at 130, and WBO at 126. I never heard Floyd Mayweather say turn down the first offer. Never take the first offer. Never heard Floyd Mayweather say that. Never heard Ali say that. Never heard Sugar Ray Leonard say that. No, I heard Oscar De La Hoya. That's not some shit Oscar De La Hoya say. That sound like some shit Oscar De La Hoya say. Never take the first offer. Sound like some shit T.O. say. Do that sound more like some shit? Aaliyah say, Florida say, or T.O. and Oscar De La Hoya? Never take the first offer. That sound more like some T.O. and De La Hoya shit on it. That's all I'm saying, though. That's all I be getting at. He said, should have stayed at 130 and activated that WBO to fight at 35. He lost the belts on the scale before he moved up. That's what I'm saying, bro. If he really wanted that fight, he had the option. You know what I mean? He lost the belt on the scale. Like, bro, is he the reason that he out of position? And then you got to think about the timing of it all, bro. You wait till Devin Haney on his last fight. You wait till he on his last fight. You wait till he on his last fight at Top Rank. And then you start your push. It's a media push. You know what I mean? It's a media push. Shakur has never had his name talked about this much before he started saying Devin Haney's name. Terrence Bud Crawford has never had his name talked about this much before he started saying Earl Spence's name. Andrew Ruiz been calling Deontay Wilder name. For 2 years. Deontay Wilder say, okay, let's fight. Andrew Ruiz say, no, I don't want to take that. Andrew Ruiz say, no, I don't want to take that. Y'all killing me, bro. No, it don't. It don't, bro. Y'all killing me, bro. Y'all killing me. If you got you could waste all this energy, you could waste all this breath calling guys out. And then when they finally say, let's fight, you deflect, bro. You don't want to fight. Because if you know you go beat somebody, it don't matter what the hell you get. Because you go beat them and then you go set your own price. You go beat them, you go set your own price. Why do you feel, right? Why do everybody feel that Devin Haney is the only person who should give up his A side? Right? Devin Haney is the only person that we ask to do shit that we ask no other fighter to do. Right? Devin Haney is the only we was A-OK with George Kambosos getting 20 million to goddamn Devin Haney like 4 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Why does Devin Haney gotta give Shakur anything? And you the least known guy he could fight right now. You got the least to offer him. No strap, no name. You gonna take 25%. Right now, you got 25% of what Shakur is. You got no straps, one fight at 135. You think this man finna stay down here and negotiate a fight with you at 35 when he want to move up to 40 anyway? He don't even want to fight you, bro. He trying to fight Tank Davis. He trying to fight T.O. He trying to fight Regis Prograis. You're not even on his radar. He said, okay, cool. If you want to fight, bro, you go take your 25%. So you either go take it or you not go take it. So now you got to shut up. Now you got to shut up. You know what I mean? Because now it's a cloud chase. It looked like you just blowing smoke, which is what everybody was saying about Bud. It looked like you just blowing smoke now because he offered you something and you said no. You know what I mean? So let him do what he go do. And then he'll catch you on the back end. You know what I mean? Because if you want to jump the line, he gave you a chance. But now you want to negotiate. So you let him do what he do. He catch you on the back end. You know what I mean? Let him do what he do. He catch you on the back end. Like y'all was going to do in the first place. But the point of that video was just to let y'all know that it clearly has been something sent. Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk about that too. Coach Joe. I'm talking about that too, Coach Joe. Fast, Coach Joe. They want EJ to give him his A side. Bingo. For real, the man said he ain't no frame on the fight him. He said Shakur got to make his own path like Dave did. Go fight Loma Murray, Tyler De Los Santos. Bingo. You know what I mean? Because there's some guys at 35, man. There's some guys at 35. You know what I mean? But they gotta let that Devin junk go to bed, man. Gotta let that Devin junk go to bed. Because once he send you the offer, then you say, I'm not taking it, then offer been sent. You know what I mean? So it's no longer on him. It's on you now. It's on you now to make a decision what you gonna do. It's on you now to make a decision what you gonna do. He said Devin being undisputed gives him the leverage. Shakur knows that too. Devin got to get these bodies 12%, so he needs the extra percentage. Bingo. And Devin earned the A side, man. He earned that. Just like Tank Davis earned the A side because he popular. Devin Haney earned the A side because he put in work. You know what I mean? He actually put in work. You know what I mean? He earned the A side. You go take what A side give you, or you ain't go take the fight. Right? He earned the A side. But I digress, man. But I digress, man. So we got Big Baby and Charles Martin. Did y'all see Big Baby and Charles Martin? I got about an hour left now. Y'all know I got to get my my best in for these baseball games. Did y'all see Big Baby and Charles Martin last night, man? Did y'all see Big Baby? If y'all hadn't seen Jahad Tucker versus Fies, go watch that as well. Jahad Tucker got robbed. You know what I mean? It was terrible. But Big Baby and Charles Martin, them boys put on the show last night, man. Them boys put on the show. I learned something about both them last night. I learned something about both them last night. Right? I learned some good, right? And I didn't quite see Big Baby's performance like everybody else. I mean, I saw what everybody else saw, right? But I got a bit of a different look on it. I got a bit of a different view on it. You already know they wrap this up. We got shit to do. I got a bit of a different view on it, right? You know what I mean, than everybody else. But I'm gonna start with Charles Martin. I think last night Charles Martin earned himself some more fights in his career, right? Because we always writing Charles Martin off as being done, being finished. Big Baby about to send him on out, right? I think Charles Martin earned himself a couple more fights on his career. I think Charles Martin earned himself the respect for us to take a step back, right, and realize that, hey, Charles Martin is a fucking U.S. American Olympian. He's a former champion. He was beating up Luis Ortiz, right? Who only really lost to Deontay Wilder because he really beat Andy Ruiz. He outboxed Andy Ruiz for most of that fight, right? Ortiz only really lost to Deontay Wilder. Charles Martin was outboxing Luis Ortiz until Luis Ortiz stopped him, right? So I think it's time we take a step back, right? And we give Charles Martin his flowers, right? Former champion, American Olympian, right? You know what I mean? For some of the best guys in the heavyweight division, for the best guys in the heavyweight division, right? You know what I mean? Shout out Charles Martin. Last night, Charles Martin showed me that he ain't done, and he still could challenge some of these prospects, right? And he could probably even still challenge, some of these elite guys, right? Get them a little run for their money, right? Uh, get them a little run for their money, right? So shout out to Charles Martin for coming in there and testing Big Baby and actually getting us some questions. Charles Martin did his job. You know what I mean? He did his job. You know what I mean? But shout out Charles Martin for putting on that work, getting us that great fight. Charles Martin is still. He said Charles Martin appreciate they salute the former IBL. Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? So we gonna start with Charles. Charles showed me some last night. Charles still got it. You know what I mean? That boy still quick with that jab, right? And he got that right straight in his back pocket, right? If he can avoid getting knocked out by you, right? If you can't hit him and send him looping, right? Charles Martin is gonna be a tough fight, gonna be a difficult fight. Crafty veteran, you know what the fuck you doing. That was the perfect fight for Big Baby last night, right? Now, with all that being said, I viewed it a little different than how most people viewed it for Big Baby. Big Baby was 14-0 with 14 KOs, right? He was sent there last night, right? He was sent there last night to put to put Charles Martin to bed. Big Baby was sent there to end Charles Martin's career. He was sent there to send Charles Martin on off as the respected fighter that he was, right? He was sent there to push him on off into the sunset, and boom, the rise of Big Baby, right? Now, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So that's where the shock comes in for most people, right? Oh, he didn't do that. Big Baby blew. He got exposed. Oh, this, that, right? Big Baby ain't this. He ain't that. No, now I never thought that he could be Wilder in them and like that. Thought he could maybe compete with AJ. You know what I mean? Never thought, he was beating those guys, right? But what last night showed me is that, right, all that Big Baby hype, right? I think that hype is now about where it should be. Don't start killing Big Baby, because when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, right? Charles Martin showed me something, but Big Baby showed us a whole lot last night. Big Baby showed us a complete boxing package last night. Big Baby showed us that he is a complete fighter, right? Because Jared Anderson wasn't a U.S. Olympian. Charles Martin was. Jerry Anderson wasn't a former world champion. Charles Martin was, right? Uh, Jerry Anderson ain't 6'5". Charles Martin was, right? Charles Martin, Charles Martin brought out of Big Baby something that I didn't know Big Baby had, right? Big Baby was getting caught with Charles Martin punch them first 4 rounds, right? First 3 to 4 rounds. He was getting caught with Charles Martin punches. Charles Martin hurt him a few times, dazed him, knocked his legs stiff a couple times, right? You know what I mean? But after about that third or fourth, Big Baby made an adjustment, right? Big Baby went from brawler, head first, knock you out, and he went to set up, counter puncher, boxer, thinker, jabber, body puncher. He showed me levels to his game where everybody else wanted to jump on and kill him. I saw different layers and levels to Big Baby game last night that I liked. And for a long time, he stopped getting punched in the face with that right straight, right? He stopped getting dazed, right? For a long time. Now, Charles Martin caught him at the end of the fight again, right? But from like round 3 and 4 to the end of that thing, he stopped getting hit with those bombs. You know what I mean? So he showed that he got the boxing IQ to be able to get out of the way of the bomb that Charles Martin was showing. He showed that he has the footwork, the head movement, also the chin and durability, right, to be up there. Because while he didn't continuously get hit with the same shot, right, outside of that, that third round maybe, and then that 12th round, right, where he caught him at the end, right, he adjusted and he was able to avoid that big shot throughout the fight. He said, I don't know why anyone would slay Big Baby. He said, you got to be tested hard early in your career to get better and get that experience. Right. You know what I mean? And I think that was good for him. I think last night he showed me that he he can box off the back foot. You know what I mean? He showed me the head movement. He showed me that he could check out some of those boxes, right? That I was wondering if he could check out. Chin, check. Footwork, check. Boxing IQ, check. Jab, check. Body work, check. You know what I'm saying? Defense, check. You know what I mean? He checked off a bunch of boxes last night. I didn't see a bad performance. He won most of those rounds. Like about 5 or 6 of those rounds, right, was highly competitive. And then Big Baby won the other 6 clearly. You know what I mean? Type stuff. Like he was able to box him, right? He outboxed Charles Martin. Charles Martin is, on paper at least, the better boxer. Jerry did good against a super heavyweight fact. You know what I mean? 6'5" versus 6'2". You know what I mean? He had to go in his bag a little bit, right? Jerry was good. Most guys ain't even gonna have, you know what I mean, that long ass reach on him like Charles Martin got. You know what I mean? Most guys ain't 6'5" and 6'6". You know what I mean? Like Charles Martin is. You know what I mean? Most guys ain't in an Olympian like Charles Martin is. You know what I mean? I think, Big Baby showed me something. I don't think it was a bad performance. Now, we all thought Big Baby was gonna get the knockout, right? We all thought he was gonna get the knockout, right? He didn't do that. But as far as boxing, he did a damn good job, you know what I mean, of showing different levels to his game. So I ain't gonna be the one to kill him. I ain't gonna be the one to I ain't gonna be the one to kill him. You know what I mean? Because I think he did a dang good job. I'm more upset about Jahad Tucker getting robbed, right? And I ain't hopped on it yet, but uh Freshawn Cruz and Savannah Marshall right now. That was a good fight. Savannah Marshall proved to me that she could fight against Clarissa Shields. Again, she ain't win no rounds, right? But she proved to me that she was kind of tough, right? She proved to me that she can box a little bit. Clarissa Shields slowed down just a little bit on the back end of that fight. Savannah Marshall was able, to get hers off a little bit. She fought Freshawn Cruz, you know what I mean, yesterday, and she won. I took that fight, you know what I mean, to go the distance, so I won my bet. Savannah Marshall did look, good, right? She looked like a version of Tyson Fury. She like the woman version of Tyson Fury, right? She got that herky jerky, leaning over kind of style. She lay on top of you. She lay on top of you You know what I mean? So she was able to confuse, Franchon Cruz. She was able to control her with her distance, right? And she was a little quicker with the punch than Franchon Cruz. Ended up going the distance. Ended up going the distance, right? Uh, Franchon Cruz, she lost the fight, right? I scored it 7-5. Savannah Marshall, right? Tough fight. Um, but I think Savannah Marshall clearly won. It was a close fight, right? But I think Savannah Marshall, clearly won that fight. So you know what? Shout out to Savannah Marshall for doing her thing. I said a lot of stuff about Savannah Marshall, you know what I mean, throughout the time. Like she fake, she can't fight and all this shit because at that point, up until that point, she hadn't fought nobody. She hadn't proved that, right? But since then, she done fought Clarissa Shields and she done fought Franchon Cruz, right? So now I got two fighters, two really good fighters to gauge her game versus, right? And she pretty much Clarissa Shields treated her like she treated everybody else, right? 12-0. She beat Franchon Cruz. I think you add both of them together. I think Savannah Marshall is a pretty good fighter. I don't think she could beat Clarissa Shields, right? But everybody else, maybe you stick in there with. I think you get a little more interesting now. You know what I mean? After seeing her fight yesterday with Franchon Cruz, I think Franchon Cruz at this point she still can compete for titles. She still can get titles. You know what I mean? The reach of Savannah Marshall and the speed is really what got her. Franchon Cruz is getting up there in age as well. She's one of the older women. You know what I mean? So I'm interested to see exactly where she go, what she do. You know what I mean? Type deal. But she looked far from fame. She want to continue. She damn sure can continue, right? But she's been undisputed, right? She's been at the top of the mountain. She getting up there in age, right? So I wouldn't if I'm Franchon, man. Take you a little time off. Get yourself together. Uh, you know, get your mind together, right? It's hard being a fighter, hard being in the fight game, right? Get yourself together, and I think maybe shit, Franchon really could decide because with Franchon, right, and I think it's more. It wasn't her being in shape because she was in excellent shape. You can tell about her body, right? I just think it's just Franchon has reached that point in her career, right, where her mind, where her body don't necessarily do the things that her mind do, right? A guy like Caleb Plant, I think he at that point too. You know what I mean? And maybe his came a little faster than Cruz. Like Cruz is about 36, Plant about 33, but I think Plant body only works to a certain point, right? That's what I'm trying to say. His body only works to a certain round, about the 7, 8 round, right? Franchon Cruz body works to about the fifth or sixth round, and then after that, it's kind of just them getting through a fight, and that could lead to worse things later on, right? You know what I mean? So uh, I think Franchon physically, like she still could fight and beat people, right? But I just don't know if at that elite level, right? If she could beat those women, you know what I mean? Clarissa Shields, Savannah, Shadeja, those would be the women. I often say guys, those would be the women that she'll be fighting. Those would be women that she'll be fighting. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if she beat those women right now. You know what I mean? Type deal. But shout out Franchon Cruz, man. One of the best women to ever do it. Most definitely going to the Hall of Fame, right, when it's all said and done. If there was Franchon Cruz last fight, if there was Franchon Cruz last fight, great, good goddamn career. If you got to go out like that, that's the way you want to go out because she beat the hell out of Savannah Marshall that last round. I gave her 5 rounds. I'm not saying 5 out of 7. I meant uh 6 out of 4. It was 6-4, not 5-7. My bad. I'm so used to doing 12, right? I just know 2 rounds, right? But it was 6-4. I had it 6-4 Savannah. My bad. I said 7-5. I had it 6-4 Savannah, right? In that last round, Cruz put the beats on her. Like she put the beats on her from that first round, from the first minute of that last round to the last minute of that last round. She had a fought like she fought in that 12th round, the whole fight. She got nowhere to stop Savannah Marshall. You know what I mean? So she still got it in there. It's just that for that duration of time, those 2 minutes over 10 rounds, I don't think she could put it all together no more to be able to beat, you know what I mean, the elite, right? But shout out Cruz. Now the thing with Clarissa and Savannah Marshall just got a little more interesting, right? Because I found out something yesterday that I did not know, right? So in my mind, right? But I kind of knew this then, but now I'm thinking that, this just actually might happen. Now, Shadeja Green, right, is the fighter that I named. I knew Shadeja Green was a problem, right? I knew she was in the mix, but I did not know that Shadeja Green is now the mandatory for Savannah Marshall. Now I knew Shadeja Green was signed to Golden Boy, DAZN, and Eddie Hearn, but I did not know that she was already the mandatory for the winner of this fight. So while Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields, have a little spat, we very well may get a Shadeja Green wrench to get thrown in the mix. Shadeja Green is the mandatory right now. Shadeja Green will have to step aside in order for Marshall and Clarissa Shields to get their rematch for undisputed versus undisputed. Right. So the question right now is Shadeja Green gonna be willing to step aside, right, for undisputed, or is we going to get Shadeja Green versus Savannah Marshall? So we got a little something brewing right now with these women and women boxing. We got a little situation brewing with Savannah, Clarissa, double undisputed, and Shadeja Green and Savannah Marshall. So we may be getting a Shadeja Green versus Savannah Marshall fight. You know what I mean? I seen Shadeja Green and Clarissa Shields exchange words on Twitter, right? Shadeja Green, Clarissa Shields basically said, "Oh, you talking like you want to fight me, but I heard your mandatory was Shadeja Green." Shadeja Green came on there and said, "You already beat them both. Let me get my turn, real quick." It was something like that of that sort, right? So Shadeja Green and Clarissa Shields may be on the collision course if Savannah Marshall and Shadeja Green actually will be stepping in the ring with one another. You know what I mean? Next, we very well could be. It's gonna be up to Shadeja Green if that double undisputed fight happens sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? Jahan Tucker got robbed. I'm gonna be randomly saying that throughout the day. I'm just be throwing in the middle of my segments. What I'm saying, Jahan Tucker got robbed, but it's gonna be up to Shadeja Green. You know what I mean, to determine if we getting that double undisputed rematch, or we gonna get to see Shadeja Green versus Savannah Marshall, right? Shadeja Green is the person that people, kind of pushing right now, right? They like Shadeja Green, kind of remind you of that Ann Wolf by the body frame, the dreads, and the way she be knocking people out, right? People saying, man, Chris Shield, this one you got to watch out for, right? I think Shadeja Green is actually about. I think Shadeja Green is actually about maybe a year or two from actually being able to beat Clarissa Shields, right? I think right now it look good, it sound good, right? But I really do believe that it's levels to the game. You know what I mean? And I see how Shadeja Green fight against other people, right? And she does end up getting the knockouts, but a lot of that stuff that she do ain't gonna be able to work against Clarissa Shields, right? So I think it's still a little more that she need to learn. She went to college or something like that, so she started boxing. She started early, then took a break and came back, right? You know what I mean? So she still ain't quite got it in that rhythm. You know what I mean? She quite ain't got the experience that a Shields got. And I think right now that fight is further away than people want to believe, right? Let's kind of compare it to this, right? People were saying, some people saying, right, that Big Baby beat Wilder, he beat Fury, and he beat Joshua, right? And some of us believed that. A lot of us believed it up until yesterday, right? I think Shadeja Green is kind of in that Big Baby stage right now where we think that she could beat these guys, right? But we don't really know. I think she's a couple fights away, just like Big Baby is a couple more fights away from being able to beat a Wilder, Fury, Joshua, right? You know what I mean? I think she's a couple fights away from being able to beat Clarissa Shields right now. A couple fights being, Savannah Marshall, maybe. You know what I mean? Frenchon Cruz, maybe. Hannah Gabriel, maybe. I think she's a couple fights away from being ready for Shields. I don't think she's ready right now. Type B. I think what's good, quick. Appreciate you sliding through. Appreciate you sliding through in there having us a boxing conversation. Again, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much, long. I'm running this thing about 10 more minutes, because I gotta I want to get into my baseball knowledge, good shit. But I want to make sure Jahan Tucker got rocked. I want to make sure that you know what I mean. I came here and I talked about uh, you know, the fights from the weekend. Oh, real quick, my MMA. Sean Strickland got the W last night. Sean Strickland was a slight favorite last night. He got the knockout stoppage last night over Magomedov. You know what I mean? Shout out Sean Strickland. I like Sean Strickland. I doubted Sean Strickland last night, and Sean Strickland proved me wrong. He got the win over Magomedov, right? Max Griffin got lit up. You know what I mean? Last night by Bello. Uh, man, Sean Strickland pretty much. Sean Strickland pretty much went out there. He looked like Sean Strickland. Man, he touched him up, hit him in the body, hit him in the head. He broke him down. Really, it's like guys be better than Sean Strickland, right? Technically, but Sean Strickland's so big, he's so tough. He eventually wear these guys down, and you would think that him being so big, he would be knocking more guys out. He actually did get knocked out last night, but it's like he knocked you out with attrition. Like he's not even throwing the hardest punches. It's just like constant, like this, constant moving forward, pressure just touching you until he break you down, right? And the reason that doesn't work against a guy like Pierre because Pierre got monster power. So you try to touch Pierre with those baby shots, he walking through that and he knocking your ass out, right? Stylebender was able to get Pierre because Stylebender ain't throwing those baby shots, right? He do got that power coming back at you, unlike Sean Strickland. But I think Sean Strickland. I think Sean Strickland is not ready for a title shot, right? But I kind of want to see. What I want to see is I want to see Khamzat Chimaev move up right and fight a fighter his own size, right? And I know Chimaev probably just gonna wrestle. You know what I mean? Strickland type deal. But I'm just ready. I think Strickland's one of those guys. He's more of a he's an exciting kind of fighter. Like he's more of a wheel fighter. Like you put Strickland in there with guys who clearly got more talent than him, right? And he kind of just find a way to wheel himself to some of them wins. And a guy like Khamzat, right? I want to see him test it. I want him to move up to his actual real division. I think Sean Strickland will be a good challenge for Khamzat first official fight at 185. You know what I mean? That deal, and I ain't saying that I think Strickland beat Khamzat, right? But I just like seeing, those kind of Strickland is just the wild card kind of guy, right? Where you never know what really is gonna happen. So I think that's gonna be interesting. Khamzat might feel like, might get greasy and feel like you want to strike Strickland and make that fight all the more interesting, right? But I was hoping Khamzat would have got greasy and tried to strike with Holly, but he got right after he went straight to taking Holland down. He ain't play. He ain't give him a chance to swing or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But Strickland looked damn good last night. Interested to see who he go fight next. Maybe he get a rematch with Stylebender, right? Because I think Pierre about to move up. So maybe he get a rematch with Stylebender. Maybe get a rematch with Stylebender, or you know what I mean? Maybe they set that thing up. Strickland versus Stylebender. You see where he at, give him a title shot. At this point, we running out of middleweights for Stylebender to beat up. Running out of middleweights to throw in front of him. He said if Sean keeps it standing, comes out with being in trouble. Yep, I think so too. I think so too. I just want to see him. I want to see him. I want to see Kems out tested. And I think Sean Strickland ready. I think he's ready for a title shot, man. I think he give him a title shot after that. He ain't lost since he lost to Pierre. He lost to Stylebender. He lost to Pierre. You know what I mean? That's it. And Stylebender lost to Pierre since he lost to Pierre, right? So, put him in there with Stylebender. See what he do. Khamzat need to quit hiding at 170. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind seeing Khamzat versus Sean. Maybe Sean fights 185. Maybe Sean fights Holland went to welter. Ain't nobody left want to fight but Stylebender. He's it Sean? He's it Gun News regular spawn partner? Yeah. Yep. 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 Those are facts, my guy. Those are facts. I need some. Oh, wait, let me give me a bottle of water. All right, I'm back. He's at Imagine Spawn that monster there. But right. I'm gonna end this jump about an hour and 30. And then we go get into the bet streams, the bet stream that we got. Baseball, we got WNBA. We got to get in early because, on Sunday, there ain't a whole lot of night games, Carpe diem. Y'all know what carpe diem mean? Carpe diem, man. All the games will happen early, so we got a carpe diem, man. Somebody tell me what carpe diem mean. What it symbolize? We got a carpe diem, man. There you go. Gotta get out in early before it get us. Well, in fact, let me go on. Set it up now. I'm gonna set this thing up now. Y'all meet me over there. They got tagged on them. Okay, there you go. What we finna do? So y'all can meet me down. I'm finna drop this thing in here before I slide. Stay here, stay here, stay. Cause I'm about to get y'all right. I'm about to get y'all right. Y'all in the building right now? Y'all click that link right there. Y'all click that link. I'm about to drop in here. Y'all meet me in the place to be. Click that link. Meet me in the place to be. Don't meet me there. Be me there. And we out.